Anyway, I keep preaching about how quick heat can kill. It is not like what people think. And so I want to, this would be kind of interesting because this was a hike I barely made it back. And it likely cooked my brain. But this was my Olive Oatman hike. And I want to show you how small the distances are as far as how long you can last if you run out of water. My situation was a little bit different than the Yosemite family, is that I did run out of water. I hiked in at night. This is the Olive Oatman first camp of captivity, but at that time I had not found it, and so I was still parking here. Okay, well, I won't go into the best place to park, but I was still parking here, and I made it in the first time in the dark, towing my cart loaded down with water and supplies, gallons of water, the works. And I worked cross country. I started out at dusk, worked cross country, and made my way over here. And the first time, actually, I ended up stranded here and went back. I said, "There's no way. I'm going to have to go back. I'm lost." So the second time I went back, this is the route. I worked my way along, fought through herds of longhorn cattle, worked my way in, and I passed through the Olive Oatman first camp of captivity, but I didn't realize it until later. I didn't realize that I had went through it until about a week later. Okay, so I kept going, up to a great cabin and corral. You would not believe it. Okay, at that point, I almost went further. I stood there, and the videos are still there somewhere, where I said to myself, I want to go up to Cottonwood Springs. And I said, no, I'm going to turn back. There's always another day. So I went back. And I want to show you the distances that this white line is. Okay, that's not right. Let's do this again. This white line is 5.36 miles. I did not hike in no 20 miles. 5.36 miles. Okay, so I head back. By the time I get here, I go, my God, this is it. I'm not going to make it. I only have one bottle of Gatorade. So I keep going. By now it's daybreak. By here, right here, it was daybreak as I worked up. So I go, I better get back. So I worked my way down. When I went in at night, at one point I went up and I was lost. Okay, so I come down. Now at this point I go, the sun was up, and I say to myself, my God, this is it. I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm not even out of the mountains. So I keep going. Now keep in mind what I'm saying. It does not show an expert hiker. No, it shows an idiot. Not an idiot, but I was taking chances. And so I keep going. I come down out of the mountains, and about in here, I go, I have no choice. I'm going to have to drink the last of my stuff. So I slug it down. And then I made a fatal mistake, very near fatal mistake, is that I followed the fall line. That as you come downhill, you'll tend to go downhill. Actually, I should have been going cross country slightly uphill. Okay, so I come down. Here, I know this is it. I'm not going to make it. I was laying down for a few seconds, under a bush and said, I can't go on, I can't go on. Okay, but I got back up. I knew you can't do it. You gotta get back up. This is how people die. So I got back up. I come across downhill the wrong direction. I lay down some more for a few seconds. And I know you cannot lay down. You have to get back up. Okay, so I come across here and I'm down in here. You know, I knew I was heading towards the road. Okay, I look over. I see a tiny speck. And I realize I am not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I am going to die. I tried to get phone service. I couldn't do it. Okay, now this distance here, let me show you what this distance here is. That distance is 1.24 miles approximately, where I saw the speck of my van off in the distance, and I go, this is it. I'm not going to make it. Okay, so I keep going, and along in here I was hallucinating. I was going sideways off over to here. I was staggering. My muscles were cramping. I couldn't work my fingers. My thumbs and fingers were locking up like spastic. And I go, there's just no other choice. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. And I did make it there. I was able to get the keys and use my fingers and stuff. I could unlock the door, and the cooler was there with ice and Gatorade, stuff like that. I was able to turn on a motor and blast the air conditioner, and I sat in front of the air conditioner to get my body temperature down, and I slammed down like, you know, a Gatorade in about 20 seconds. And it's lucky I had it there. So anyway, I recover for like a couple of minutes. I know I got to get out of here. And so I started driving. Okay, I was cramping up. I couldn't operate the steering wheel. I was driving off to the side, this, that, the other thing. I know I got to get out of here. I got to get to civilization. And so I go back up. I don't remember it, but I know that I drove through here, but I have no memory of it. So I kept going. I kept pulling over. I couldn't drive. My arms were locked up. My fingers wouldn't work. So I kept going, and go, oh God, I'm not going to make it. I can't even drive. And so I kept going, and eventually made my way into the outskirts of Wickenburg. And I go, I have no choice. I cannot function. I have to pull over, and I climbed into the back in a parking lot or something and just simply laid down and rested. And then the rest of the trip, I have no memory of driving. The rest of the trip to get back to Las Vegas, the only thing I remember, now I know I did it, and I know that in my mind that I was, you don't remember, but that doesn't mean I didn't know where to drive. I know I did this drive, and the next thing I know, I was kind of waking up as I approached Las Vegas, and I kept going. The main thing I remember where I kind of woke up was pulling into Las Vegas. And so I kept going. I made it to home, and, you know, it was fine. I was bedridden for a couple of days, and even then my brain was never right again. I don't think it helped me, and if you check into sunstroke and heat stroke victims, it does cook your brain. It does cook your brain. But I pulled out of it well. But as far as the people that died in Yosemite, I absolutely assure you that if they went down that trail, down to the river, they will not make it back up, and they would die exactly where I would expect them to die. And also on this stretch, the final 1.25 miles is pretty level, not going up 1,000 feet, same as climbing a 100-story building in over 100-degree temperatures.